Raj on the altar. No wonder it's like a metal submarine here. Everyone's it's like materially it became an austere environment. The little city, and everything's packed together. It's like this morning they have a brahmachari section. They have a new shower they put in, and the shower is like the smallest shower I've seen in my life. Utility of space. I was looking at in the deity kitchen, and everything's so designed. Even the place for the napkin, the silk napkin, everything's there. But the new brahmachari shower is kind of like, you try to put soap here. Angle your waist with a little water. This is a tight spot here. It's not that bad, but it's funny. I feel like I'm in Japan. I spent many years in Japan. Of course, the walls are a bit thin. So in that way, we get ourselves into trouble. That we begin to contemplate realities which have nothing to do with Krishna. So the pure devotee, he comes into our life to awaken, to give us transcendental knowledge. Now sometimes the pure devotee, because Prabhupada said, what is the Vaishnava? Is a Vaishnava tricky or honest? And devotees think, devotees honest in all situations. Prabhupada said, no. Devotee is tricky. I tricked all of you into Krishna consciousness. I mean, be honestly, where would you all be without prasad? Come on. Would you have that kind of faultness? I was just saying, Krishna consciousness without prasad is like, my goodness, this doesn't make sense. So anyways, I remember that first plate, San Diego, I was just, this is too much. Krishna manifests in the form of prasad. So anyways, there's so many pastimes of prasadam. So anyway, the reality is that we have to associate with the sadhu who has control of the senses. So Prahlad Maharaj in the 5th canto, 18th chapter, he says that you have to associate it with a sadhu who controls the life airs. So in other words, we associate with someone who has controlled senses in Krishna service. Not that we make a habit of burping and passing air for the rest of our life. Or associate persons with uncontrolled senses. Some people like to burp. They say, this is a sign of satisfaction. Of course, there's 3 different levels of prasadam intake. The yogi, after 1 burp, you stop. Then there's the bogi. That's the next level. Few burps, 2 burps. And then the 3rd burp means rogi. Rogi means disease. It should be 1/4, in terms of 1/4, half food, 1/4 air, and then 1/4 water. Science of not water at the end too. Or orange juice during your meal when you're mixing anyways. So in this way, there's a balance. And the process of Krishna consciousness is so powerful that if we follow the process, we'll become freed from this embarrassment of rag and dvesh. So in the 11th canto, 3rd chapter, there's a very nice verse which describes the 12 opulences of a body which become ruined when we engage in sense gratification. Whether it's wealth, beauty, mysticism, aristocracy, all these different opulences pertaining to the material form, they get us in trouble when we contemplate the objects of the senses. And the verse describes that even if you contemplate sense gratification, your life air diminishes. Of course, we're not in a doomsday talk. Don't you have attachment to glubbishness which is not offered at the time of death. We're not a doomsday talk, but we have to learn the science of kshetra and kshetrajya, the field and the knower of the field. And when we study, there's one verse I was reading that shows us that the quality of a pure devotee is that he absorbs himself in a mood of becoming free from misusing these opulences. This is the 7th canto, 9th chapter, text 9. Manye dananjina rupa shujas teja prabhava hala puruvarsa buddhi yoga niraya bhavati Parasya pumso bhaktetato bhagavan gata yuktapaya. Prahlad Maharaj continued, one may possess wealth or an aristocratic family, beauty, austerity, education, sensory experience, luster, influence, physical strength, diligence, intelligence, mystic yogic power. But I think all of these goals are to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. However, one can satisfy the Lord simply by devotional service. So these are the 12 opulences, but used in connection with Krishna, there's full blessings, there's full realization, there's full freedom. So in dealing with the guru, here, Nalakuvera and Manigriva, with their shall we say, unaccepted guru at this point, guru gives blessings, that they are enjoying with the girls like she-elephants, and the pastime of where they get cursed. And similar to Gajendra, who was in his previous birth known as Huhu. He was King Indradumna, not king, but Indradumna. And the crocodile was known as Huhu. He was like he was joking with devotees. And one rishi, forgotten the name of the rishi, cursed him. He cursed him, you become a crocodile. So anyways, you know the pastime, Gajendra is the biggest animal in the forest, and enjoying so many she-elephants, very proud, very, very, very strong. He comes to the waters, and it's a 1,000-year fight with the crocodile. He's pulled in, and the Mataji elephants are pulling back, come, trying to pull him out. After 1,000 years of fighting, they said, we get it. I mean, how many, Mataji's are going to wait for their husband for 1,000 years, and he's finished. So we have our life to live. So may God bless you. We have to go. Good luck. But then after 1,000 years, he pulled out his mantras. For those who are learning verses, very good to learn your verses because you never know. It'll come in handy. He remembered verses because as Indradumna, he's a very good devotee. Memorized many verses and offered that to the Lord. He offers wonderful verses to the Supreme Lord, and he offers a lotus flower, and it's so wonderful how the Lord himself comes. Actually, it's interesting the pastime how Lord Shiva heard the cries of Gajendra, and he did not come. And Parvati's going, what are you doing? I'll go myself. No, the prayer is not for us. And then Brahma heard the prayer. He was told, you must go. No, the prayer is not for me. So then Vishnu manifested on the spot, and he was so quick. He was eating fruit, he kicked over the plate, and it went on the ground, and Lakshmi's there, and he just took off. He asked for Garuda. He was there. And what he forgot is Uttariya behind him. So Mother Lakshmi, she's like a mystic in power. She's flying behind him. Because the Lord has got to have everything pucka, everything. You can't just go into your leelas and pastimes, with one earring or missing your chadar like that. It's got to be everything. Though I noticed the pastimes, these deities are most mystical here. The first day I came, Radharani was a right earring, which is kind of like this, and I was going, that's kind of funny. And then I heard later, a lot of times it falls off, and it's always quirky. So the deities have their little pastimes. So anyways, Lakshmi Devi, she catches up with the Lord, gives him the garland, and in this way, the Lord is able to perform his leela, cut off the head of the alligator, and deliver both personalities. So in this way, the king of the elephants, was intoxicated. Similarly, Manigriva and Nalakuvera, they had become intoxicated because of this immersion in rag and dvesh, in terms of making an offense. Now, the principle of Krishna consciousness is that how is it that you and I may fall into the habits of rag and dvesh? Or we forget this principle, param dristvana vartate, that by experiencing a higher taste, we give up the lower taste. We make mistakes in the path. It all comes down to, ultimately, inappropriate dealings. I'll use that word. For example, first it can be with the guru. If the guru has, how much money you have in the Brahmacharya ashram, you have lots of money, you don't let the guru know about it. He's a brahmachari, got a gold watch, fulgent face, he's coming from Mayapur, you know. Yeah, I've seen a lot of the brahmacharis come from Mayapur, you know. Make a little money in the path, doing some book distribution, you know. Like, have a few wealthy friends out there. I saw him coming out of Lloyd's Bank the other day, you know. Make a little flat in Mayapur. I've seen it happen. No, but